Oh, here we go. This dude has the nerve to come back with a fresh head of braids and not say nothing for a week. I know. But we back now. That's all that matters. Let's get straight to it. Today we're going to be talking about how you got to think for yourself. Before we actually get into it, man, a lot of these videos, I have so many more I want to talk about, right? But it got to a point where I was like, I didn't feel like the things I wanted to talk about, I myself kind of not like necessarily mastered, but even got a good grasp of. Like I didn't get a good grasp of the things I want to talk about. So why would I tell you to do something and I don't even know like the first step of doing it? You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things I wanted to talk about in these past videos, but I had to like hold them off because I was still struggling. Like every time I wanted to talk about it, I was always like, oh, I still like I don't do that correctly. I don't do this the way I should be. So why would I tell people to be doing this? You know what I'm saying? But that changes today because if you didn't notice, I literally I haven't posted anything in like too long. I don't even know the exact day, but too long. But so the first video of today is learn to think for yourself. This is one of the biggest things that I still find myself not necessarily not mastering, but like I still kind of struggle doing it because it's like I value other people's opinions more than I should. But that's where it stops today. So let's get straight to it. You gotta be able to think for yourself, dog. Man, there's so many things nowadays that we like learn about or we have in this world that are so easily influenced by other people's opinions. Everyone thinks that oh, you should go with what I say, you should go with what he says, what he say, she say, all that good stuff. But we never even think to take the time to think about what you should do, what I should do in a situation. Sometimes it's not that big of a deal. Sometimes it is. Like, for example, I see myself asking a lot of opinions in architecture. I talk about how I do architecture almost all the time in this channel. If you don't know by now, pay attention, dog. Wake up. But a lot of times I catch myself asking people like, oh, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Should I do this? Should I do that? What if I do this? What do I do that? And it leads to like you doing that. It constantly gets you more and more comfortable with just kind of like turning your brain off and relying on other people to do something. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, I shouldn't have to explain that, but that's just like a dumb thing to do because for one, it's not your work. Secondly, like I said, it kind of puts you in this position where you're turning your brain off and expecting other people to kind of like hold your hand through the entire thing. And that in itself is just something you shouldn't be doing as a human being. Because what are you going to do when they're not there to come save you again? You know what I'm saying? There's so many like branches that go out with that stuff. But just the main thing I'm trying to point out is like, what are you going to do? Like, there's not going to always be someone to save the day and then do it for you. Like, do the hard task for you. Be able to give you the answer. You're going to have to literally sit there and think, what is the best possible option that you can come up with to like get you out of the situation, if that makes sense. And it's like man, but like I said, sometimes it's like it's really not that serious because like for example, there are times where I ask just simple like little input on like a project or something, but then there's other situations where it's like I have personal experiences and I go out asking 4 or 5 different people, what do you think I should do? What do you think I should do? What do you think I should do? Should I do this? And just in itself, when you get into the process of like sitting there with yourself and asking like, oh, what do you think I should do about this? So I got this going on. What do you think I should do? Like, what do you think you should do? Get in the habit of asking, what do you think you should do? Because it doesn't matter. Because when you understand that people aren't experiencing the same things as you, it's kind of like silly to ask them, what would you do in this situation? Sometimes more, sometimes not really. But like, it's very rare that we have that one mentor, that one older brother person that kind of like tells you like this is what you should do. I didn't experience this, but like if I were you, I would do this. You know what I'm saying? But that's very rare. For the other 99% of the times, you should be able to like not be able, but get in the habit of learning how to make your own decisions, man. Because what I've noticed as well, a lot of people are trying to normalize a lot of like crazy shit, man. Like literally, like I'm just so tempted to just turn off the internet, bro, because I can't do it. There's so many chronically online people just saying the dumbest shit ever, and they be dead ass serious, like telling you to do certain things because they think this is what you should do because, oh, I said it. I said you should do it like this, so you should do it like this. And if you don't, that's where like all the shaming comes in. So when you don't follow other people's opinions, you don't follow other people's instruction on like how you should handle a situation, they start calling you every name in the book. They start calling you insecure. They start calling you this, and that. But when you know it's some weird shit, like you should be able to know, like, yo, I'm not gonna allow that. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. Da 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 da. Especially with like relationships, for example. We always hear like just the silly stuff about relationships, about doing this, doing that, and you have people saying like seriously, like hands down, the stupidest shit that you could possibly imagine. Like not even a cartoon episode could make the shit up that they be talking about. And they be like, oh, if you don't agree with me, you're insecure. You just can't handle this. You can't do that. But dog, if you in any sort of situation like that, where it's like some seriously like weird stuff, be able to think for yourself and be like, yo, what is going to give me the best outcome? Because sometimes, not even sometimes, most of the time when people try and like manipulate you and convince you into doing it how they want you to do it, it's obviously like in their best interest. And I feel like you didn't need me to tell you that, but there's someone out there who didn't know that. And I'm hoping that those people get out of that mindset of just like following what other people say because you don't know how to think for yourself, which is literally the point of this video. So learning how to think for yourself prevents that shit from happening. Because like I said, a lot of people get in the habit of doing that, telling you these silly things to like obviously get you to do it the way they want. Because when they tell you to do it this way, that benefits them. And obviously has you looking stupid every single time. But man, the amount of times that shit happened to me when I was in high school, if I can go back and just smack the shit out of myself, bro, I'm like, man, just countless times I would do that. But we're not gonna sit here and like trip over the past and stuff. It is what it is. It does suck, but you know what I'm saying? Just take those moments to really learn, like, yo, like I should have, there were so many times where I was like, I should have did this, I should have did that, I should have went ahead and talked to her regardless of what other people said. I should have did this regardless of how people viewed me or what they wanted to say about me, because at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. It literally does not matter what these people think about you, because like in the moment, it feels like you are like the main character, because a lot of us get too self-absorbed. We get too scared to make our own decisions because then we think everyone's like looking at us and they're all judging. They're all doing all these weird insecurities that we think they're doing, but in reality, none of that shit is happening. So in order to stop that, is kind of like just get out of the habit of thinking like, or stop getting so self-absorbed and like, yo, if I do this, I'm afraid I might fuck up, or I'm afraid I might do this. I'm like, yeah, that's part of the game, dog. It's literally part of life. Like you are going to have to be able to get in situations where it's like, okay, I'm presenting an issue, I'm presenting a problem. How do we solve this? You go through the process of thinking, what's the best way to fix this situation? And like whatever it is you got going on, what's the best way? How can I get out of this that I came up with? Like, okay, so once you get to that process of thinking, okay, so I'm gonna do this, and let's say it doesn't work out, it's much better than you just going off of what other people say. Because how do you know it's not gonna give you the same outcome? You know what I'm saying? And it comes from a lack of trust, like in your own self, which is like, yo, like we cannot be doing that. We gotta be able to sit there and literally think for ourselves and like make decisions that benefit us and make us happy. Because another thing you don't want to do is be living for other people. That's another video I wanted to do. But obviously, like I said in the beginning of this video, there's like I don't want to say a handful, there's like a list, an ancient scroll of videos that I want to do so bad, but I'm still finding myself not even scratching the surface of how to properly like execute those things, you know what I'm saying? But that stops today, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do those videos and those topics, and we just learn together, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be just me telling you something that I've already gone through and like, okay, I know how to not do this anymore. Let me put you on game for these next couple videos. We just gonna test the waters and see how that goes. But yeah, man, that's literally all I can think of. I don't even know. But and obviously, I don't want to keep saying this in every video. I don't want you to like take everything I say and then go with that. Like it's gotta be like a perfect balance. Like it's okay to ask. You know what I'm saying? Ask for input if you're genuinely struggling to think of your own decision. But don't get in the habit of where you're always relying on somebody else to give you the answer, and where you turn your brain off because you just, oh, it's so much easier. It's so much easier to just have someone else do it for me. You know what I'm saying? Because that just obviously leads into its own problems. Now you're super dependent on literally anything. You can't do anything by yourself. And one day you're going to realize that, and it's going to hurt. It's going to be in the worst case scenario where you realize there's no one here to save you. You're going to have to be able to figure it out yourself and thug it out literally without any help. The only help you got is literally you at the end of the day. All you got is you. So remember that. But that's all I got for today. Sorry for the long hiatus, man. It was a long week, but no excuses. We here, but we here now. So that's all that matters. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and I'm gone.